All right. It's about that time. It is about time to play what is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I hold it up there with many of the almost perfect games that I love. I don't think any game can be perfect, but Risk of Rain gets really damn close. This is a roguelite. Someone's gonna get mad at you no matter which one of those you say. It is akin to the game Rogue, where when you die, you lose everything you did and you have to start over. And that's pretty much the only. I guess the maps are semi-randomly generated, but there is a progression system. It's similar to Dead Cells. If you've played or are familiar with Dead Cells, it's like Dead Cells with guns and faster. This is, again, one of my favorite games of all time. It is great single player, but I will say that it absolutely excels in co-op mode. It is a game that plays really well local and super, super well online. The one tricky thing about local is that you're on the same screen, so everyone kind of has to be on the same screen, whereas if you're online, everyone can go wherever they please. But the single player is a bit of a different game because you can't sort of vary your class selection accordingly, depending on if you have an engineer in the party, a sniper in the party. That's going to change the way you play. In single player, you're kind of just got to survive on your own talents. I do not claim to be extremely talented. I've won a number of these games at this point, but I also lose a fair number of these games. So I'm going to try some stuff. I'm not going to play with any artifacts. I only have 2 unlocked, but they are kind of brutal. They're fun for goofy laugh around goof 'em ups, but maybe that's for another time. Let me know, by the way, how my volume's doing, how I sound, how everything looks, how the interface is looking. The chat should be, if anyone starts chatting, should be cropping up in the side. I haven't really tested it in this new layout, but oh well. Life is a roguelike too. So I think, sweet, thank you. So I think I'm going to start with, I'm going to start with what I know. I'm going to start with Engineer. Now, Engineer is really, really good in co-op because they're not super big upfront characters. They do better at range, and you can be at range in single player, but it's easier to have sort of a tank character that can draw all the attention to them while the engineer sort of runs away and uses their long range damage to deal with them. But definitely doable in single player. I've done it before, so let's give it a shot. This game is playable with keyboard. I am playing with an Xbox One controller. I have a friend who swears by keyboard. I swear by the controller. The main difference being on keyboard, you can activate. So every class has 4 abilities, and on the keyboard, you can activate all 4 of those at one time. If you wanted to, you could just push all 4 keys down, and all of them would go off, essentially. But with the controller, having one held down would preclude another one from going off. But you get used to it real fast, so let's see if I eat my words here. Pretty straightforward interface, pretty straightforward controls. The main draw of this game is the randomized items you get. I got nothing from that shrine, and now I'm out of money, but the main loop of the game is you fight baddies that are slowly increasing in difficulty. You can see in the top right of my screen there, I have a difficulty meter that just goes up over time. Every 5 minutes, a bell will ring and it will jump to the next difficulty. That's kind of a lie on their part. The difficulty actually goes up every minute. The devs have said that's because if it just jumped in difficulty every 5 minutes, it would jump from, oh, this is easy, to you're dead, without any warning. So it's kind of every minute just to give you a feel for how things are ramping up. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have N key roll on, I'm sure it's a whole different story too. Oh, and here's the teleporter, which is the end of the level. I can activate it, then I have to wait a certain amount of time, fight a boss, but I'm gonna walk around a bit and try and find more items before I signal the end of the level. But yeah, you essentially can have one button held down on the keyboard, and like my main attack I can hold down, and because I guess because these are intermittent ones, they're both going off. But for someone like the, oh boy, Commando, is that the intro one? I can't remember the names anymore. Who has a more fast-firing primary attack, it can actually preclude other ones from going off. And actually, given that that was working right there, maybe they patched it and now it works on controller, for all I know. I guess I'm gonna have to go around the top to get to that thing, huh? Whatever, let's just hit the teleporter and get out of this level. I feel guilty anytime I let a teleporter sit untouched for too long. I'm already at 2 minutes, so... Hey, big fella! Just drop a bunch of mines on him. So the engineer has 4 abilities. The first one is this grenade launcher. As you can see here, just fires 3 grenades, all with different distances. He has those turrets he can drop. There we go. I have mines I can lay behind me that are just proximity mines, and then I've got this little number, which is what makes the engineer so powerful. You can basically hit enemies anywhere on the map. You need just to do that every so often. There I got my first item, which is Infusion. Really, really super good first item to get, because that means by the end of the game, I could potentially have a buttload of health. So, let's hope that... Ooh, and a drone. Drones are little buddies you can activate, and they just follow you around, either doing damage or healing you. Ah, shit. I can't jump high enough. And then I just got an on-use item from that chest, which is essentially my secondary attack, or my tertiary attack. But again, I'll blow these boys up. Oh, it's a healing drone. I hadn't even looked to see what it was, actually. Oh, and they took it right out. Drones can get taken down. That's important note. All right, so the teleporter is ready, but I cannot leave the map until all the enemies on this level have been killed. Gives me a handy little counter there. Nice. Crowbar is good for early levels as well. I am going to do a little bit of exploring just because I feel like I squandered a lot of my time so far on this map. Don't have a ton of money, but... Let's see if I can just... Yeah. Let my turret handle that fella. Get nothing from the shrine. Do a quick little scout. Yeah. The music is... I'm going to embarrass myself if I try to pronounce the person's name. It's Chris, and a longer last name that I won't try and butcher. Available on Spotify and Google Play Music. It's really, really, really good music. Maybe somebody in chat can paste the composer's name. Yeah, I've already got a rocket launcher, but I do not have a built-in thing to repair my drones, so I will take that. So you only get one on-use item. If you want a different one, you just have to swap it out. So I have to leave that rocket launcher behind, but now I have a little repair kit that will allow me to heal up my drone friend here every time they're not doing so great. So I pretty much cleared out this level, so I'm going to hit that teleporter and be on my way. Yeah, it censors links pretty hard. Also, is Link dead? New on Game Theorists. Because Rip Link, yeah, you get it. So on these early levels, I'm doing okay. Soon, possibly on this level, you might start to see what makes the engineer a little questionable as a single-player character. Just because okay, buddy, just sit still. My survivability options are not as varied. I don't have any dodge. I don't really have any invincibility frame or healing or shield abilities. So when it gets hairy and I'm in the middle of a bunch of enemy combatants, enemy gamers, I'm gonna probably get torn to shreds real quick. So ideally, what I want to do, I mean, infusion is great because it's gonna give me that HP that I need to tank those shots. But what I would really like is like a teddy bear, which gives me just overall like damage reduction, or some items that allow me to heal just by sitting around. My drone's nice for that, but as you saw earlier, my drone can die. So I would like some idle healing. So there's a number of items like that. There's one that you heal when you're just sitting still. There's one where you heal when you're out of combat, when you're walking around. And then there's some that you just heal anytime you get a kill, the old vampirism thing. My favorite is the one where you heal when you're out of combat, because I'm going to be running away from combat pretty heavily anyway. So I probably will be... Oh, I didn't check my money before I went over there. Raspberries. And notice that the timer in the top right, that is specific to this run, not this level. So I'm at 8:43. That includes the time I spent in level 1. And I would say, on average, a full game will be somewhere between 35 and 55 minutes if I get all the way to the end and beat the final boss. But I don't have a lot of money, don't have a lot of items. I'm not feeling particularly great about this run, so at least not yet. This could all change in a minute. I could just wind up with some really dope items all of a sudden. But at the moment, I'm not crushing it, is what I'll say. One thing that can improve an engineer's survivability, there's an item called the Hapu feather. Hapu being the Hapu? The name of the or at least the handle of the gentleman who made this game. And the feather gives you a second jump. And you can stack those. So the more feathers you get, the more jumps you get. It's great. You can also get jetpacks, which either one of them just lowers gravity, or there's one that actually works like a jetpack, so you sort of fly around if you hold down the jump button. Either way, both of those things make it so that I can be jumping higher or further or more often, and I can fire off my this thing while I am jumping, meaning I can just keep running away, keep jumping, and keep popping that little rocket launcher off. So anytime I play this co-op, I usually, any of the mobility items I tend to prioritize for whoever's playing engineer. Right there, I just used my drone repair kit because he was taking a little bit of damage. And this would be a terrible time to lose my drone buddy. who is the only reason I'm still alive. Oofa doofa. I'm gonna go downstairs. So this is what I was talking about. Kind of a glass cannon is a good descriptor of me right now. So the drone doesn't have infinite healing. The drone has kind of a limited pool that it draws from, and you'll see, like, at some points it just sort of stops healing me. It's got to recharge its batteries too. I also have a limited number of mines, so I can't lay those mines forever. They will slowly recharge, just like my turrets will slowly recharge, and I can only toss them down every so often. There we go. The timer's done. Still gotta kill all these enemies, including that boss, that big wisp up there. Oops. Alright. So I can try and thin them out a bit with my rocket cheat. Cheat, as it were. Or I can be real spicy. You can see my turret recharging down at the bottom. I'm gonna hop up here, drop a bunch of goodies, and get the hell out. Didn't kill nearly as many of them as I would have liked to, but that's okay. And this is kind of the weird loop I get stuck into when I'm playing a mildly underpowered character for the area. I just kind of have to dance around, do my best to deal the damage I can before they get me, and then walk away, try and heal. Ooh. Now these, if I fall from a great height, I'll do some damage when I fall. Not bad. Not a bad get if I had more jumps. Oh, that's a healing item up there. When I kill an enemy, they shatter into chunks of meat that I can eat and regain health. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, shoot, that turret can't hit it from there. Just about got him. Oh. There we go. Alright, so this is just like that other missile item, except this one's not unused. This one will just go off sometimes. So from now on, you're going to see me basically shooting missiles out from time to time for no reason. If I survive. Oh boy. Boy howdy. I do love me some meat nuggets. So I'm going to sit here and just attack because occasionally rockets will come out of me. Alright. I've got some good money. I dealt with all the boys. But I am way behind schedule. I would have liked to have been out of this level already. And I'm not even done exploring. But I have another drone friend who has a gun, so not all bad. Here, I only get to choose one of these items, so I'm going to take the bitter root, which will increase my maximum health, and I do need that. I don't want any more unused items, so I'm going to take this rando, which is more meat chunks. Great. Nom, 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 nom. something very gratifying about the loop in this game where you, more Bitterroot, even better. I might actually be okay. I'm getting a lot of health saved up. But there's something very gratifying about the loop of just finding new items and memorizing what they all do and optimizing your choices when you have a choice. It's all right. I approve of it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get that one item that I foolishly missed earlier. Bam. Yeah. Hopefully I'll never be at lower health, but this item allows me to attack faster when I am. Hey! So most of my attacks exploded anyway, but now they explode more. Double explode. Even better. I know there are people for whom this loop is not very gratifying. Like, you can have a very bad run where you just got bad items and that's it. Tough crap. Loser, you didn't get any good items, so this run's dead. But I even in my worst runs, I can tend to find something neat. At least a new build that I haven't tried. Shrines. Just a random chance of whether I get an item or not, so in that case, I did not. Hey, I've got enough of this other drone, though. I'm glad I kept that drone repair kit, because now I am the mother of drogons. You know, like the popular television show. Where the lady's on fire. Yeah, I guess if you're not interested in that kind of loop, you're not probably gonna like any kind of roguelike. So, Game of Drones, good. Yep. Don't know how I didn't think of that one. Alright, so I'm going to try and do my best to sort of speedrun this one. I say, not knowing how long it will take me to find the teleporter. But I'm feeling a little behind on my timer. What I mentioned earlier that my runs tend to be, you know, in the realm of half hour to 45 minutes, and I've got a long way to go before the end of the game if I want to succeed at this. So I'm gonna step it up. There is not a bonus for fast, it's just the longer I take, the harder it gets. And the less likely I will be to beat the final boss, just because, you know, the meter can fill up and he'll just keep getting harder. That thing just keeps, that number just keeps cranking up behind the scenes, and you don't see it, but the hurt will come your way. So the delicate dance with these drones and the drone repair kit is I don't want to hit it too early because it has a cooldown, and if I spend it, then I might need it. But if I let it go too long, they'll die and I'll have to pay to rebuild them. So, in that case, I saw one was sparking, so I healed my little drone child. Yes, that is the bonus to fast, is you might get to win. Risk of Rain in particular, I think, is a great spectator sport too. It's relatively short. It's very fast-paced. It's frenetic, but generally you're able to tell what's going on screen. Which, for things like Dead Cells, I have trouble following that. Even though I play it and I know what to look for, I still have trouble parsing everything on screen during Dead Cells. Whereas this one, like, your character's in the dead center of the screen. And, you know, the things that come out of you are pretty regular, and the enemies behave in pretty predictable ways. Which, again, no shade on Dead Space. I love Dead Space. Dead Space? Dead Cells. Dead Cells, not Dead Space. I have Dead Space. Dead Space is not a roguelike. Let's talk about a Dead Space roguelike, though, huh? That would suck. In a good way, but it would suck. For these little, like, the characters who come out of the box with a health bar like that, my favorite way to deal with them is just basically walk away from them, put a bunch of mines down, and let them walk over it. Okay, well, the boss just jumped off. Oh, I suppose he can come back up if he wants to. He's a teleport man. Well, that's a one drone down. It was my very important drone, too. Boy, this is not great. Oh. Okay. I came out. Spoke too soon. Okay, I healed him. There we go. Whew. And I think most of the enemies are just right up here. Oh, hey, everybody. Oh, shit. Well, it's going to be a long couple of minutes of me just jumping up and down doing this. Most. I'll drop a little turret on there and see if that can do some damage. Throw a few mines down. Oh, I got some buddies I can... Yeah, they followed me. Alright. We're down to just crabs and a big ol' shellfish type thing. Snail? They're easier. Oh, there's more boys. Oh, these are some tough fellas. We're okay, though. Alright, everything worked out. And one person had to be difficult. Yes, the meat nuggets, I think, have made this run sustainable. The meat nuggets are a fantastic healing item for when you're in a throng of enemies like that, because they're just constantly shattering to bits, and then I eat those bits, and everything's okay. I thought you climbed down from on top of this thing, but yeah, it must be. So let's try that one again. I should stop hitting shrines. They just make me mad. Oh yeah, I'm the drone master. I'm gonna hit the shrine. Hey, it worked out. Concussion grenade is all right, especially for me when I launch multiple projectiles with each attack, each one having its own chance to stun. I'm gonna do a quick little loop, find whatever items I can. I may have to ignore that one that's below. I thought you just climbed down from above like a hidden ladder, but it's been a minute since I played Risk of Rain, so bear with me. Yeah. Drone party. Oh, well, guess I'm falling down here. Got all those rocket drones. I'm gonna hit this thing just because I gotta get out of here. Just keep setting myself up for failure like that. Universal paper clips reference. Well, I swan to John that this involved a little spot that you could climb down, but maybe I'm just a fool. Alright, well, let's just get out of here. So you can hang on to your money. At the end of the round, any money that you have left is converted into experience, but it's a very, very bad return rate. Behooves you to spend all your money. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. My attacks explode, and falling very far is an attack for me, so actually I explode when I fall really far. I'm going to do that again. Because I love it so much. This is a good game. It's a good game because it's just a toolbox. They just gave you a bunch of things that said, mash them together, figure it out. I don't know. You'll have fun. And correct. I will have fun. Oh, shit. The next thing I really want is something to help me jump good. Because right now, my hops are bad. I got bad ups. Hey, there's a teleporter. I'm gonna hit it because... Oh, don't worry. I'll do a falling explosion again. In fact, I'm gonna do one pretty much right now. I'll do it under this blob. Let's hope he's real... Oh! No! You're supposed to... Yeah, well, here you go. Yeah! Blobs are your standard blobs, where you kill one and more come out. The usual blobs. Ooh, I'm getting a little beat up. I need some meat to fall out of these people. Or I can just walk away slowly and let my drones do all the work. I like that strategy. Doing all right. I'm picking it back up. Oh, hey, bud. You should teleport to me. Or, I guess I can just let the laser drones do their thing. Sometimes the bosses get into this weird glitchy state. Alright. Now we're talking. More survivability. I just really need some jumps. So you can see this little imp buddy that lives with me now. That was the item I got from the imp overlord, because I have a little imp friend. Which is a fine item. I like having little imp friends. All right. Oh. Missed it right at the end. These are only going to have money and experience in them, which is fine, but I don't really need to level up a whole lot more. Hey, another drone for the drone party. That's alright. Like a fool, I fell down here too, and there's really usually only one way back up, and yeah, it's all the way over here. So I'm just burning time. I might as well. So this is a roulette wheel type thing, where I just gotta hit the button and I'll get the thing. Oh, there's a feather in there. Ah. Would have really liked that feather. Would have liked to study the seashells. All right. I'm doing okay on items now. I'm going to make this jump. Okay. I'm also going to make this jump. And this one. Okay. Sometimes I don't make these really easy jumps, and that's how I wind up having to go all the way around. Okay, we did it. Penultimate level. This is where things start to really heat up. Temple Guardians are tough. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna make my 45-minute normal run, but if I can get under an hour, I'll be okay. Oh, here's the teleporter. I guess I'll do it. Hey! Oh, okay, it's a party. Awesome. I'm gonna die right here. Could really use $10, please. There we go. Get the hell out of here. Whew. The turrets are nice because they tend to distract some enemies to keep them off of me, so I don't completely get eaten alive, but they are also relatively squishy. Ooh, and I lost the drone. Open some chests. Like, ow. Don't need a ridiculous on-use item. Oh! Okay. Yeah. Game startles me sometimes. Hey, my music was electric, so I'm just gonna be a little electric man now. I'll shoot my things out, and electricity will fall out of me. All right, let's go deal with that mother of many. Shoot, I dropped the turret in the wrong spot. I guess it'll still distract these fellas. A lot of little piggies up on that thing there. I'm taking some hits. Oh, a teddy bear. Good timing. That just makes me take less damage. And that's a healing item. Everything worked out okay. How's my volume in times like that, by the way? When there's a lot of pigs squealing and explosions. Cool. Okay, I've got a decent amount of money, so I'll spend as much as I can, and then... Alright, crit chance. And then I'll get on my way. Ooh, that's a $6,000 chest up there. Okay, old Lopper. Ah, there's a... Ah, well. Leeching Seed, I just missed it, and the gold gun is terrible. I guess it's fine. It's just... I tend to spend my money, not save it. Alright, so I can go and do a different level again. But I think I'm going to go straight forward. Let's finish this game. So this is the final level. This is where I will fight Providence, who is the final boss. Hey! Off to a good start. There are 4 key cards in the final level, and there are 4 secret rooms. Not secret, just locked. That have special items. And a lot of money, etc., etc. So hopefully I can unlock all 4. Yeah, one good way to play is to like just keep on looping several levels. Level yourself up super high, get a whole bunch of items, become almost unkillable towards the end. But I do want to get a good variation of characters in tonight. So I'm going to try and do or die this. Maybe I'll die here, and maybe I'll do. I really want that spike strip, but these fellas are making it look like die is going to be what I'm going to be doing. Drop some lines. Go get that spike strip. I got 2 key cards already, too. I tend to like the fireworks. They're pretty good. Every time I open a thing, which is either the chest that I pay for or the little free chests, I'll shoot out a bunch of fireworks. Yeah, Infusion has basically carried me. Fireworks are not good for the final boss because there's not a lot of chests in there, but they will at least do some extra damage for me while I'm tooling around out here. The jellyfish are fun because they don't actually hurt you by touching you. It's those little orbs that they send out that do the hurting. These little commando dudes, though, are probably going to be the death of me. They do a lot of damage. And my drones are feeling the heat, too. Key card. That's alright. So I'm up to 3, which means I'm actually in great shape. Ah! Explosive drones are fine, but I could use some more longevity items. Okay. Got an open door. I'm really starting to feel the pinch. I feel like I might just want to go straight to the boss, but that's no fun, right? More fun to see what items I can get. Like these healing items will be useful. Alright, I'm gonna start heading downstairs. I'm out of money, but I have 3 key cards, which means I should have an okay time getting some dope items from those special rooms. Skip the rest of the first stage. It's divided into 3 sections. First section is like those intro things with the time doors. Second one is this big hallway that has the 4 secret room or 4 locked rooms, and then the third area is the final boss area where Providence lives. So I'm kind of in area 2 now. And if you have enough good jump items, you actually don't need a key card to get into this room above me, because you can see that window's broken up there. You can actually jetpack or jump on up there, saving you a key card. but I do not have any mobility items, so I'm kind of stuck. I'll hit the drone, I'll pop this door, and then I'll start heading downstairs to those special rooms. Oh yeah, bosses will just start spawning in the higher difficulties too. They just pop up. So this is the medical bay, which allows me to activate an item that will appear in the final boss's room that will occasionally give me some heals. And that's pretty good. Bam, so that teleports to the final boss's room, and now, every so often, I will get to just zap myself with some extra health. I'm gonna take this random item. Ugh. I don't have enough for the chest. I do now. Silly. The next place I'm gonna go is the cabin. Oop. While the... Oop. Hold on. Don't like this guy being right here. Don't have any money. This one has a chest that will just auto-refill in the final boss's room, and it has on-use items in it. If I feel like my drones are being useless, there's a chance I could get an on-use healing item in there, which may end up saving my life. It has, in multiple playthroughs, actually saved my life. Just wish I had some money to buy some drones. There's some money. And there's a drone. I sure like my drones. Oh. I don't want any of those items. I do want this random. Don't want that. Alright, the last place I'm going to go is up top. It's a place called the Armory, and it has a giant gun in it. And then during the final boss fight, I just occasionally get to use that giant gun. And it does a lot of damage. And it hits the boss, you know, it just immediately hits the boss, and you just get a bunch of damage. And it's great. So now I have 3 little auto recharging things that will live in the boss's chambers to make my fight a little bit easier. I don't have a 4th key card, so I will skip that last room, and I'm up to 50 minutes, so I'm feeling kind of the pinch here. I didn't do any extra levels, and things are getting a little dire. Really wish I'd found at least 1 feather or 1 jetpack. I do have the giant gun. The last room is just a storage room, and it just is full of stuff, like a bunch of chests that you can buy, but I was pretty low on money at the time, and I like the giant gun a little better. They aren't quite so bullet spongy if I had a different mix of items or a stronger character. But unfortunately, I'm kind of in a position where my build could be stronger. Could be a lot worse. I could have a character that has, you know, less crowd control-y stuff, but there are other characters who would be dispatching these things a lot better. Yep. Yeah, it's just... Unfortunately, I didn't get... Wow, great. Drone repair kit. Unfortunately, I didn't get the items that would allow me to do a ton of damage. So, I'll activate this, and Providence shows up. And this is your classic 3-stage boss fight. So, you know, this isn't even my final form, etc., etc. His first form is pretty basic. He's got a sword. He does a few AoE attacks. Right now he's distracted with my turret, which is great. And once he destroys it, which is taking longer than I thought it would, actually. Oh, okay, so this one seeks me out. As long as I run, I'm okay. There I just did a ton of damage because I fired off the gun. I'll drop another turret for him to be distracted by. So he sometimes puts up a shield that makes it so everything only does 1 damage to him. Which, whatever. Just gotta wait it out. Really, I'm just letting my drones do all the work, and I think that's okay. They are taking some hits, though, so I'm gonna do that. Give him another turret to play with, and then I should be able to finish him off right here, at least his first form. His second form is a couple of big old stinking honking worms. So I'm just gonna lay a bunch of mines, and they'll just run into those mines. Oh yeah, they will. One of them you can see shoots those little orbs. The other one shoots a little laser. As long as I keep moving, I'm more or less okay. I've never lost to the worms, I'll say. Although I have lost drones to the worms, and that may actually be what comes to pass here if I'm not careful. Ugh. And as you can see, the worms do have separate health bars, so I took the one out already. But I only got the laser guy left. Ouch, 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 ouch. Shouldn't have done that right then. So I'm gonna drop down here and try and activate my healing. Try and activate my healing by standing still. Because now comes the hard part. Providence and his 2 buddies. Alright, I dealt with the buddies. Now, Providence, he gets lonely. So, if I get him down to 66% health, he's going to feel very lonely, and he's going to call for his friend, Dark Providence. And Dark Providence is he's actually not fun to have at parties. He does a lot of damage, he teleports a lot, and he has a version of that pink circle attack, which is a black circle, which if you get hit by even one of them, it will take you down to 1 HP, and then you have a really, really bad time. Because you invited Dark Providence to the party, you fool. Oh, here it is. And you can see it a little more random, so, oh, there it happened. It definitely happened. But I've got it. Rats. I was about to say I have a Healy thing up here that I can go to and heal myself. I got stunned at the worst possible time. This is why we don't invite Dark Providence to parties. But anyway, that was the final phase of the final boss. And also why Engineer is not my favorite class to play in solo. Yeah, it is a very exciting game. So let's see. That one took about an hour. So I got about an hour left. Let's try. A lot of options, a lot of great characters. Commando's who you start with. Pretty standard. Has a little rolling dodge. Has a big gun. Has a little gun. Enforcer is great in co-op, but hard to play solo because you have a big shield and like a riot shotgun, which is great for protecting people and soaking damage, but weak solo. Bandit, I probably played the least of. He gets like some really high damage things. He has some explosives, and then his escape thing is he just turns invisible. The Huntress is cool because she gets to attack backwards while running forwards, which no other hero can do. Handy is a robot who punches and is great, and he's a big old robot. That's about it. Engineer you saw. The Miner is kind of tricky for me, at least. You get this thing where you like lunge through enemies or lunge backwards. It's not particularly out there, but kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. Sniper is cool. It's standard sniper. Your main attack is just a sniper shot, and then you have this reload mechanic where the closer that you get the line to line up in the center, the better damage your next attack will do. Acrid is a melee class. He also can vomit acid on the ground, which makes him run faster on it, and it damages enemies. The Mercenary is the one I have played absolutely the least of. As far as I know, this is just basically like the Commando, but melee and much more powerful. The Loader is great. He's just got these two big loading gauntlets on that allow you to punch through things, and then he can put up a shield, and he can create like a little electric lightning rod thing that basically, if you place two things, it zaps between them. And then Chef is who I'm gonna play. Chef is a robot. Thanks for coming, June. Chef is a robot and a chef. And I love the just the thematic stuff of having like all this stuff is in all caps. Everyone else's, are pretty standard. Like, oh yeah, this is how it happens. But the robots are in all caps because they are robots. So I'm gonna play Chef. So Chef's main attack is he throws these little cleavers that are on tethers, and it's great. Chef can also... Oops, I forgot to do the first thing. Chef can also cover everybody in hot oil, and then... Oh, I didn't do it fast enough. Trust me, it's funny. Cover him in hot oil, and then roast him, set him on fire. I love it. He's a little chef man. I can even set the fire on fire. Chef is very, very good in co-op because of that oil thing. You can cover people in oil and they slow down and they'll take more damage from your attacks. It's great crowd control. Yeah, the ding is amazing. The sound design in this game is well considered, and I love it. Although I have forgotten to show you his ultimate, which is he just does this. I can basically activate a little thing where I put on a little chef hat, and then all my stuff does more. Everything is better when I put on my little chef hat. the hat is where I draw my strength. Oh, I went too far. That's right. Ah, well, it'll be funny this time. Ooh, this one's good. Every time I level up, I get a little Healy thing that drops on the ground. There we go. I'll just sit in there and heal up real quick. I also become stronger and faster when I'm inside the little Healy circle. Did I miss the teleporter? Was I talking and I walked right past it? I wouldn't put that past me given how many things I missed earlier while talking, but... Oh. It was right beneath me. Oh, can I oil this fella? Yeah, I can. Oops. Chef is very good. I love Chef. I will protect Chef and defend Chef. Alright. I don't think I left any chests ungrabbed. If I did, I'm probably just gonna leave them, I guess. Oops. I want to relax a bit. Actually, I'm going to get a little closer. Also, if you hadn't noticed from before, the level, I guess you would have noticed because it actually has not been random, but the level progression is semi-random. You will get the final level as the last level, the contact light, and the temple will be the penultimate level. But otherwise, the order of levels can be randomly chosen. You might not see some levels in some playthroughs, which is neat. Makes every playthrough pretty unique. And that's, I guess, the roguelite guarantee. Now this is one of my favorite items. Every time you kill somebody, your energy ring, there's a little energy ring that surrounds you, and it starts to grow every time you kill somebody. And if you keep your killing spree up long enough, it becomes massive and encapsulates the entire screen, and anyone on screen just starts taking damage. But that does require me to have a steady killing streak, and my items are not great for making that happen right now. Just healing up in my little war banner. Oh, didn't even get a thing. And now I'm really hurt. That wasn't smart. That wasn't smart at all. Maybe my zaps will kill him. Yeah, there we go. That's what you like to see. There we go. Oops. Didn't get anybody with that. Ooh, the worm, huh? See, the worm is my favorite because I can do all my funny tricks to him. Like, coat him in oil, and then light him on fire. Wow, I almost died. I'm gonna die right... Nope. Yeesh. Sure could do with a level up right about now. Ha. Oh, Boise. I'm gonna go down. Oof. There it was. There it was. That was a spicy meatball. Because I'm the chef. Chef is very good, but chef is hard. Alright. I'm going to go with a character I know I can win with. And watch, I say that, I'm going to have the worst round imaginable. The mouse is on the screen. So, Acrid just sort of does that. That's his primary attack. Much like Chef, he gets one of those, but that actually does damage to people who are on it, and I get to move faster on it. It's good for stun locking enemies too, because when they're on there, they're taking damage and sort of wiggling around. This thing will release a bunch of little imps, and if I kill them all, I get something neat. So I'm going to try and stack the deck in my favor here. Come here. Oh. Crap. Oh. Acrid's not great for that. Alright. I should have been using my thing. I have a ranged attack too, and I hadn't got around to explaining that yet, and it slipped my mind. Oh well, we'll try again. Oops. The thing I bumped with my knee was my ultimate, which sends out... Ooh! Sorry, hold on. Sends out this thing that will jump from enemy to enemy doing damage, and if it kills one, it'll jump to an enemy, and if it kills one, it'll jump to another enemy. And it's very good. Acrid's not super strong against the Magma Worm, just because my ranged attacks are limited in scope. If I can get them at just an angle where I hit several segments of the worm at once, though, I will do a ton more damage. But it's tricky. It's tricky to line up, especially when I don't have a lot of mobility. Yeah, a little squeaky little Acrid fell out of me. Just going to try and play it cool here, I think. Do what damage I can. Oof. Now he's mad. There we go. Ah, and I got a terrible item from him, too. Guess it's not awful, it's just boring. All gold does is let me fail it. Okay, never mind. I was about to say fail at shrines more often, but here we are. I'll pop open a few more of these things. All right. Let's do it properly this time. Roast. Oh, come on. That's how they get you. I swear I will get one good item before I leave this level. I shouldn't have sworn. And I will not. No items left. Alright. You know, the electric generator's fine. The healing regeneration one is fine. Just not fun, you know? I want something cool. Something unique, something new. If I only had $4 more, I could get that one that you can climb down to, like so. Nothing above me. Oh, something down here, maybe? Yay! All right. Maybe it will be a good item. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Sky Meadow's a fun one. I don't think we've seen this one yet. This one's got a lot of verticality to it. It's easy to kind of get stuck in a little ravine that you have to really walk out of your way to get out of, but it looks very cool, and it has some very neat combat areas like this one here. I guess I'll show off what my on-use item does. It makes a little bouncing brain pop out of me, and it bounces around, and if it hits enemies, it does a little bit of damage. It's fine. It's utterly uninteresting, but it's fine. I'm gonna get a little cooked, though. It would be nice if I could keep that electric thing going, but pretty hard to get kills consistently. At least until I get a bunch more damage and a bunch more weak enemies surrounding me. Yeesh. Just got zapped a little bit. Got zapped a little bit more. These jellyfish hurt. Don't have a great mix of items here. Oof, a doofa. Some healing items would be would be great for me right now. Oh, I could have roasted that other fella. All right, I need to get moving. We got some money now. I can hopefully find some decent stuff. Ugh, those things do a lot of damage. Boy, do I hit it? I don't think I do. Don't have any way to heal myself, you know? Boy howdy, I don't anticipate seeing the end of this run. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it's a lot harder solo for sure. Accurate I tend to do pretty well on, but I got a bad mix of items there. I guess we'll go with Handy. I bet I can finish a run with Handy. I might run over time. Sorry about that. But if I don't, then I don't. So Handy's got the big punch. Big strong punch. Big strong man. He just punches. But he's also got this thing which makes him faster for a little while, including moving and punching. Two things he's best at. You can see every time I kill an enemy, I get these little drones. Basically summon a drone out of their corpse. And if I want to, I can send those drones off to kill other enemies. I'll show you that in just a bit here. You know how I like drones. Hey, and I got the thing that heals me outside of combat. Great first item. Spectacular first item. So let's send these drones off. They go do some damage and they bring me back health. Do my fast little thing. Oh, I'm getting surrounded. I better use his ultimate, which is a big hammer. Big hammer, good. Big hammer, real good. Handy's fun. It also knocks him up in the air, which is great. There, I got enough money, I can go get some stuff. And you can accrue drones for a while. You can get a fair number of drones spinning about you. Hey, I'm a melee character, so being electrified is going to be good for me. Alright, let's start exploring. The one thing I'll say that is most acute to me playing this game solo is my left thumb really starts to hurt, wrenching on that control stick for dear life. So there, I just sent my drones off. Yeah, the trip is great. Hey! An imp thing. Let's see if I can not make a fool of myself on this one. Oh, you also, his little speed up thing, if I kill enemies, it extends the time that I'm sped up. So really, Handy just gets better the more things he kills. Oh no, they're so fast. Go, my drones. Ah, they didn't go. Shit. Well, I did that thing where I made a fool of myself. I am a punch man. Scare them all into the corner. Then come back over here and be a punch man. Well, hamburgers. So that radio there just calls in more drones. If I'm feeling kind of... Okay. If I'm feeling kind of drony. Just gonna send the drones after him. That's all there is to it. Even better. I got speed, I got regeneration, I got electricity. I'm doing okay. And boy howdy, I'm gonna go on about this music again. This music's really good. It's good to program to. I program stuff for a living, and this is good music to have on when you're out there in the code mines harvesting all the code berries. Oops. The key is to keep moving when the big jellyfish is sending the orbs after you, and then you can stop moving for a little while if you want, because it doesn't actually do damage when it's not doing those things. The other things do. Those other fellows that are around me will hurt me even when they're not, when the orbs aren't out, but I'm not as concerned about that. There we go, and that makes me poisonous. Venomous. Poisonous? They're trying to eat me. Both. Either? All right, now oh boy, what's a good Mega Man meme? What's your favorite Mega Man meme, kids? I'm that. That's me. I can do that now. Y'all like Mega Man memes? The teleporter is ready, but I got money, and that money needs to be spent. So why not blow it all on a dang shrine? I've got good healing items. I'm feeling okay about this solo run. And I've got a little drone buddy. Should have been doing my carpal tunnel exercises before this because I am feeling it. But for better or worse, I think this is going to be my last run of the night, so that's okay. If you like the look of this game, you don't have it yet, you should pick it up. It's been on sale a million times. It is for sale on the Humble Store. It is for sale on GOG. It's for sale on Steam. I think you can also get it on PS4 and the Switch, I believe. It'd be great on the Switch, I tell you what. But it is a game where you gotta kind of commit. Although, I bet if you're playing single player, you can use the old suspend feature sleep mode feature to hang on to that game while you're at work. The developer also made a game called Deadbolt, which has a similar visual style, but it's a very different game. You play like a demon assassin in an underworld of zombies and vampires. It's very good. It's very tricky, fairly long for what you pay, and it's a lot of fun. And then Risk of Rain 2 is currently in development, which is basically, from what I can tell, the exact same game as Risk of Rain 1, except it's in 3D. And it's like behind your character perspective. And so just introduces a whole new aspect to it. But all the screenshots have shown like classes that already exist in the game. My drone died. Oh no, it's still there. Enemies that already exist in Risk of Rain 1, but it's all in 3D and it looks really cool. And I tend to trust the developer because everything they've made is pretty neat. And Risk of Rain is amazing for a game that was developed in Game Maker Studio. Hey, infusion, alright. That is alright with me. For level 2. A lot of boys left. And my drone's probably gonna bite it soon, it looks like. There's a pricey drone up there I could go for. Because this was originally developed in Game Maker Studio, it has always had its share of weird bugs. Like some chests that won't open, some levels you just can't leave, infinitely falling through the floor. When connecting to multiplayer, at least. But by and large, they have patched all the weirdness out at this point. It's been out since, boy, 2012? 2011, 2012? It's been a while since this game came out. And, you know, most of the changes have been just slight bug fixes, slight balance changes, you know, not much to speak of. It's remained mostly the same, and it's... Boy, I still love it. I love it to death. Feeling good about this run so far. I sure have a lot of items. Hey, this is my favorite map. A lot of neat stuff that goes on here. The big long bridge, big old canyons. It's cool. It's a good looking map. Good visual language. Oh, this one doesn't have a bridge. It has the big gap. Which means to get to the other side of the bridge, I gotta go down and around. Which is okay by me. There's fun stuff down there. Top off my heels real quick. Alright, even more heals. A little low on money. That's okay. I'll come back. Oh, there goes my drone. That's too bad. I'm not feeling as attached this time though, so I won't spend the money, at least not right away. Oops, hey buddy. Getting a little banged up, I'm just gonna keep moseying on down. There's my teleporter friend. Ugh. Waste of money. Alright, I'm gonna hit that teleporter. Yeesh, got pretty close to dying there. Those big colossi are painful. Sure would be nice if I had my drones right about now. Probably should have paid to repair them. Yep. Yeah. Boy, yeah. That fell apart real quick. Oh well. Let's see. Longest lost streak on Shrine, 6 in a row. I did it live on stream. Great. Alright, I'll just show off a few of the characters then. Don't think I have it in me to do a whole nother... Yeah, what a great streak. I don't have it in me to do a whole nother run, so I will quickly show off... Well, let's show off the character that you get when you start the game. This is the Commando. It's the basic hero. He has a little dodge. Just a double guns. Got a big gun that does piercing damage. And then the ult is basically he takes his guns and he shoots them in different directions in a panic. Which is like so. and it stuns them. Pretty damn solid hero all around. The dodge makes it easy to make these big gaps. So if there's a jump that you can't make with another class, the commando might actually be able to do it. Main attack is pretty powerful. The piercing thing knocks him back and stuns him a little bit. By and large, pretty fun. Well, you are invincible during that jump too, which makes surviving boss fights pretty fun and pretty easy. At least before the damage becomes so high that even that doesn't really mitigate the overall feel. So I will just soak this and die. And let's check somebody else. Ah, come on. I meant to die there. Let's see. I will show you. The class I've probably played the most is Sniper. Because I play this game a lot co-op. Sniper has a cool dodge, but it's a backflip dodge, which is awesome. If you get pretty good with using the control stick, you can actually use that backflip dodge to cross large gaps, really large gaps, because it's a pretty big jump. I'll try and show that off here. I don't know if I can make this, but I'll give it a shot. Whoop. Okay, so I made it. You just turn and then dodge back the way you came, so whoop. Gives you a little jump there. Primary attack is that, and if I time my reload properly, I can do some more damage on my next hit. Oops. The ultimate is basically my normal primary attack, but upgraded, so I can sit here and charge it, bam, and it pierces too. And then I got this useful thing, which sends up my drone to target someone on screen, gives information about how much health they have left, and more importantly, makes them take more damage. I like the Sniper a lot. Very, very, very tough to play solo, but if you have a friend, you'll basically carry the team because you'll be doing all the damage while they soak all the damage up front. For that reason, it's good to give any items to the Sniper that are like mobility to allow the Sniper to get away. Get to a far distance away. And you can see if I don't care about hitting my reload timer, I can spam this main attack pretty frequently and do a fair amount of damage. But if you get good with the timing, you can really increase your damage. And as you notice, there's no range, there's no limit to how far this shot can hit, so I'm just killing things off screen right now. It's got a very satisfying sound too when you nail that reload timing. So yeah, Sniper's a lot of fun. Sniper is, again, the one I have probably the most hours on. Just because I do a lot of co-op. And I'm kind of getting suckered into just playing around with this because I love Sniper so much. Yeah, the zoom, I've got the zoom set to a level that is comfortable for me on my my monitor here, but I can change that up and actually see further down the map. Oh, further down the map. So the drone will auto-target to the toughest enemy on screen. Unfortunately, that worm leaves the screen, and so it kind of becomes wasted pretty quick. All right. I'm not going to extend this run any longer. I'll just take the damage here and show you a couple other of the heroes. before I go. Sniper's a lot of fun, though. I am a big fan of Huntress, and actually Huntress is pretty strong solo. Her big thing is she's got this bow and arrow, and she just points it at whatever is dangerous. It doesn't, you know, if there's no enemies on screen, she'll just shoot it forward, but I'll try and show you a little bit of how this looks when there's folks around you. So if I run ahead, she just turns around and fires behind her. And that's pretty powerful for solo play because you can just run away from your enemies, use your teleport to get through them, and do the damage you need to do while escaping. Oops, I missed with my ult because I was doing my jumping. I am super looking forward to a Risk of Rain 2. I was just talking about it a minute ago, actually. I trust the developer to make it fun. I don't think that they would be under any crunch to release the game before it's ready. So I imagine that they'll put in the work to make it fun and make it highly enjoyable and balance it as much as possible. The one thing I'm not sure about is how well it's going to play in 3D, because this is such a strong 2D platformer feel that straying from that is going to be weird. But I like Deadbolt a lot, so I know they make good games. So you can see that after a few level ups, Huntress can become quite a force in solo play. Oops. The last one I'll show off is one I'm not fantastic at, but I like aesthetically very, very much. Yeah, it could be tricky. I don't know if they'll do like on-screen indicators for enemies behind you, or if it's just something you need to keep your head on a swivel for. But yeah, I'm at least interested to try. I don't think there's any need to have a Risk of Rain 2 that's 2D, because they kind of nailed it with this one. There's not a whole lot that I think is missing. So Loader's kind of fun, melee heavy. Aesthetically, it's just a dude with these big old loading gauntlets on his arms. It's great. My ult is I can create these little Tesla coils that just zap them all to shreds. I got this shield, which will just suck up some damage. Got this little stun punch. Overall, Loader's pretty cool, aesthetically very nice. I'm not particularly great at Loader, but I do like the punch. And you saw with how much I enjoy Handy that punching is kind of my thing. I will probably, let's see, I'll probably stream Risk of Rain again in the new year. I do enjoy this game a lot. What I do want to do is try and get some co-op going, though. I'll ping a few friends of mine and see if they're interested in joining me for a stream where we team up, maybe extend the game, go a few levels past the minimum, see how beefy we can make ourselves and still win the game. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of luck tonight. That first run I felt so good about, but an unlucky stun from Providence. What are you gonna do? That's about how the game goes sometimes. It's a roguelike, so that will happen. But thanks everybody for coming out. I had fun. I hope you had fun. We have a lot of stuff on the schedule this week. Let me pull the schedule up real quick. Let's see. Tomorrow, Helix is going to be doing Into the Black, the new Elite Dangerous update. I know he's been very excited about that and talking about the stick problems he's been having. His stick actually snapped, I think, in the base, but he's got a HOTAS, hands on throttle and steering thing, or hands on throttle and stick thing that he can use in lieu of that. On Wednesday, Maple Story 2 with Andy, more Elite Dangerous on Thursday, and then James Tarr is going to stand Killer 7 some more on Friday. Dead by Sundaylight is actually Dead by Daylight this week. And then Yakuza 0 will also be on Saturday, just like it was this week. And then on Sunday, I'll be playing Breath of the Wild. A nice morning coffee. Delicious. All right. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I will talk to you soon, and we'll see you back tomorrow for some more games.